I'm proud to report that this conference has broken all records. We have, for the first time ever, over 1,000 attendees to this conference. To you. I just want to recall that the first two conferences we had was not too far from Orlando, was in Cocoa at the Floresville Energy Center. And just to give you a concept of where Resnet was then in 2001 and where they are, I was just ecstatic that we had 125 people. And then the next year we had 200, and we were bursting the steams of the center, so we've come a long way. One of the favorite things I like to do is just get a sense of the audience. Could you raise your hands, all of you that are here for the first time? Amazing, amazing. Well, this is going to be, I think, a very interesting exercise, because for those who've been here before, these sessions have largely been a lot of focused on government and programs like that. But I think that one of the goals that I've had as executive director is putting ourselves and mainstreaming ourselves into the marketplace. So for the first time, we're going to be heavily hearing from the industry, and then we're going to give you, towards the end, an international flavor of what we're doing and how it fits into a larger picture. So what I'd like to do first is give the opening welcome from David Gilstein, the Resnet Board's president. David?
Thank you, Steve, and a very warm welcome to all of you who came here so fresh and early in the morning. Welcome to the 2011 Resnet Building Performance Conference. The theme of this conference is Shaping the Future. You often hear themes like that, and what they usually mean is a lot less than what the words seem to imply. They usually mean, well, we're looking for trends and we're going to see how we can follow them, or we're looking how to be a small part of a big project that's going on largely without our help. But at Resnet, we're leading the way to a better economic and environmental future. We're shaping it by focusing on energy efficiency in buildings, the one sure way to lead America out of the economic distress that we're in. Not just America, but the whole world needs energy efficiency as a way to make economic growth sustainable. And I don't mean sustainable just over decades. I mean sustainable over more than like 15 months, so that we get a recovery that picks up steam. It's also a way out of a world that's fouling its nest with pollution, a way of solving the environmental problems in a way that promotes growth rather than retarding it. Over the next 3 days, you'll see how we are doing this, and you will be challenged on how you can help us to do this better. You can see that we're onto something by the way we are faring compared to other conferences. The industry around which Resnet traditionally has been focused is new construction. And new construction, as you know, is down 75% from its peak in 2005. But in 2005, the Resnet conference drew 350 people. And we've grown every year, even as our major market was shrinking, so that, as Steve mentioned, we're over 1,000 now, while housing starts are down from 2 million to just slightly north of 500,000. So this is a great success, and I want to start out by honoring the people who are responsible for that success. Resnet is governed by a board who serve on a voluntary basis without compensation. I'd like the members of the board to stand up, please, and be recognized. Our board serves on a rotating basis. Sometimes there are term limits, so I'd like to honor the past members of the board. Could previous board members please stand also? Most of Resnet's work is done by volunteer committee members, most of whom, or many of whom, are board members, but not exclusively. So I'd like the committee members to stand right now. So I'd like to personally thank all these people for their service, again, on a purely volunteer basis. We also get a lot of hard work from people who are paid to do it, and that's our Resnet staff. So I'd like the staff to stand and be honored by the audience. This growth is occurring. This hard work is successful because Resnet is providing the answer for what America needs to do to regain economic strength. Conventional wisdom puts us on the horns of a dilemma. To boost the economy, we need more consumer spending, more business spending. The private sector is not doing this on its own, and it can't because of debt and unemployment and overcapacity in business. But if government picks up the slack, that's going to boost deficits. So we're left with a politically unwinnable battle between those who support deficit reduction, which costs jobs in the short run but is needed in the long term, and stimulus, which can create jobs in the short term but is going to create debt in the long term. Energy efficiency in buildings gets us off the horns of that dilemma because it pays us back in real dollars. Even if we borrow the money from overseas in order to make our new buildings better or to retrofit our existing buildings, we can pay it back with interest quickly because of the large level of economic savings that we're going to get out of the efficiency, and those savings keep on going, generating the capital we need to make the country grow. Resnet has been a leader in promoting energy efficiency and will continue to do so. We will shape the future with your help, and here are the ways we're going to do it. First of all, we're moving towards increasing our scope and our visibility as a standard-setting organization, and one that enforces its standards through careful quality assurance and quality control. This year, we published the ComNet Commercial Building Energy Modeling Guidelines and Procedures. This does for commercial buildings what Resnet has been doing for over a decade on residential buildings. And as far as I know, it's the first organization in the world to publish a comparable document. We also began our efforts to get ANSI certification as a standards development organization, and we're doing this in concert with the international community, some representatives of which will be speaking here. Second, we're expanding our efforts at advocacy on the state and national level for labeling and for retrofit incentives and for tax incentives for efficient new homes and for financing reform in the way energy efficiency is treated by the lending sector. These efforts have already borne fruit in utility-sponsored programs across North America. But we're not depending on these advocacy initiatives to succeed. We've also developed private sector partnerships. We've done this on a competitively neutral basis that's open to any company that wants to work with us. And we've helped to grow all of the allied private market energy efficiencies that are represented into the room today, to create a broad-based, reliable, and credible market infrastructure, and to make building labels happen, to promote better home retrofits, even if there are no new regulatory or financial incentives to do so. You may have noticed our new consumer-friendly website, which is a first step to try to get Resnet into promoting consumer action towards energy efficiency and making it easier for consumers to act that way by finding raters and contractors who can help them do that. We're pleased to see an increasing number of home builders in the audience, beginning with the largest ones, and home builders who are agreeing to use Resnet ratings as a sales tool on all of their new homes. Not to be nice necessarily, but to recognize the competitive advantage that documented high efficiency is going to provide in selling homes. We're also happy to partner with a growing number of energy efficiency industry associations to assure quality in construction, and new relationships with contractors, retailers, and tradespeople who can make home energy audits and retrofit services much more available and with much greater consumer confidence as to their quality and objectivity. And we're doing all this in the context of increasing Resnet's financial stability and organizational solidity. So I want to thank you all for coming and invite you to learn and to teach and to help us achieve our mission of continually improving the efficiency of buildings in America and globally, and unleashing savings of literally trillions of dollars that will be accompanied by millions of new jobs increased energy security, and dramatic improvements in environmental quality. So thanks again, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference.